when they turn around and look at you and say, why are you different? Why are you so different? You must be mad. And you say, yes, I'm mad. And you turn around and ask them, why are you the same? You're going to have to make a difference today. You have to make a commitment today. You have to say to yourself, the next few days, I'm going to be reborn. I'm going to be a brand new person. I'm going to believe. If you think you believe, then you need to reinvent that. Believe is an incredible force. Are you with me? Believe is the energy that keeps the planet going. The inventors who invented everything from this electric bulb to the air condition we are facing, to the man who designed the stadium, believed that it could be done. When they first drew this stadium, the architects who drew it, they believed that it will one day be finished. Just as the person who tried the electric bulb failed 100 times. He failed and kept failing, and each time he failed, what sustained him? Because he said it must work. Not the logic of saying it can work, but the belief of saying it must work. It has to work. Are you with me? Yes. You have to have that same belief. You have to feel it here. Many people think networking is some kind of art form that you can pick up, that you can study, that you can get better at. It doesn't work here. It works here. So when I greet you and I say, welcome home, I talk to you from here. Do you understand me? Yes. Can you understand me there? Yes. How about there? Yes. And over here? Yes. Do we believe? Yes. Let's try this one more time. Do we believe? We haven't even started yet, but believe me, if you last the next few days, if you actually sit and listen to everyone who keeps coming up, you actually pay attention to what they're saying, because each of them are going to bring their own brand of wisdom, their own thought processes, their ideas, their heart. And if you take that with you, you will believe. Are you with me? Yes. You want to know one man who believed? That's him walking away. You want to see the others who believed? Turn up and you can see the V partners. Can you see the V partners or not? Turn back and you can see the V partners in the room, the AVPs, the VCs. Can you stand up, please? Can you put your hands to the people who believe? Let's give them the silent wave. Shall we do that? Okay, one. One more time. And one more time. Fantastic. You have to feel this here. Are you with me? Because they all did. At one time or another, they all did. And it is your belief that took them further. Now today we're going to talk about what this next few days is all about. And we're going to talk about belief. And I'm going to talk to you about the strength of belief. Many a time, I had to be convinced to do something. Are you with me? But the belief of the person in front of me, they come up to me and they say, I am going to go and achieve this. I am going to go open up this country. I'm going to go there and build this market. And they're so incredibly passionate. And we say, maybe not, we work on it, but the person believes. And the belief becomes infectious. You understand infectious? Contagious. Contagious. Oh, sige na. Contagious. Contagious. And it catches. Are you with me? From one person to another, it catches. And the belief becomes this powerful thing that just spreads through the place. And suddenly, when I arrived there, 6 months later, there's a stadium of people who believe. This is the power of belief. When we began 12 years ago, 13 years ago, we didn't have any inkling that we would be here today. And we would talk to each other, we would always talk about one day, never knowing when that one day will happen. But that power of belief in 1998 carried us to today. And you are here today. You make the belief true. We believed in you long before we even met you. Long before you even heard about us. We just believed. We believed in each other, but we believed ultimately that all of you, that mankind, would understand, would feel, would resonate. You know what is resonate? Resonating is like when you take a spoon and hit a glass and you can hear the sound. Are you with me? Like the vibration of the music just now. You didn't understand maybe the language, the culture, or the tradition of these dances, but you could feel the passion. Can you not? Yes. Did you not like the dances? Yes. And that passion is only possible because, again, it comes from a simple thing. It comes from belief. Are you with me? So we're going to talk about belief, and we're going to open up this talk a little bit further over the next few days. But are you not glad to be here? Are you not glad to be here? How about you guys? The power of VCon every year is it just sends out this wave of belief across the world. And every time we see it, we get amazed ourselves. Now, we're going to need a little bit more from you guys, but before we do that, I'm going to tell you a little story about belief, okay? You like a story? Yeah. Good. This is the power of belief in very simple terms. The story of a milkmaid. This milkmaid basically proved, or actually her life, or this particular story, when I first heard it, had such a great impact on me that it probably still resonates as one of the stories in my mind that keep on proving to me how real the power of belief is. This story is in India. There's this island that's in the middle of the Ganges. And one day, a particular monk decided to swim across the river Ganges to this island. It's right in the middle of the river, the Ganges. And he swims to the island, and he says, this is a good place to stay. I'm away from people, I'm away from all the distractions of humanity, and this is brilliant. I can sit here and meditate and pray and do all the things that I do. And he was very happy that he was in this island, secluded, little island. And then he built a little hut, and he lived there. There were people always going across the Ganges, virtually, a continuous flow of traffic. And one of these so-called ferries saw this man standing there, this monk with a little hut, and they basically said, this must be a holy man, so we should stop there and give our respects, which is very traditional in India. So they did that. They stopped, and they basically, sought his blessings, and they went on. And this spread. And before you knew it, there were a lot of boats stopping there. And they felt in some way or another, as things like this happened, they gave credit to this man for anything good that happened. Are you with me? Or because I stopped, I came to this island, this thing happened. So they stopped. And the reputation grew. People started coming to this island. Suddenly, he had people bringing him food and clothes, and people came, and there was a queue. The island became a little hub of traffic, and his little hut became bigger. Became bigger and bigger. Are you with me? And he started to believe, because there were a lot of other people coming, that this was a great thing. And he became a little famous. And everybody came to this island. They would come there, and stop, give something to him, get his blessings, and move on. Now, every 7 years, the Ganges floods. This has been going on since the beginning of time. Like the Mississippi, like the Amazon, the Ganges River floods. The water comes, and covers all the islands. And that's the reason why people don't stay in the islands in the center, because it floods. Now, one thing that had been happening is among the people who have been coming to this island was a milkman. Now, he used to ferry milk from one side of the river to the other side. And every time he ferried milk from his cows to the villages on the other side, he would stop and leave a pot of milk. It's okay. He'd leave a pot of milk for this holy man, saying that he's doing his part. Are you with me? And he felt very good that he would stop there, leave this milk. It became part of his duty. And he had been doing that for a few years. And then he became ill. And on his deathbed, he told his only daughter, only child, that she must continue this. Whatever happens, she must always make sure there's a pot of milk kept at this holy man's hut. Are you with me? Do you follow me? All right. So the milk came regularly. And after this old man passed away, the child, the milkmaid, continued. Even if there was not enough milk for her to ferry across and sell, if there was enough for a pot, she would make sure that pot always goes to the milkman. The theory being that since they were uneducated, they were rural folk, they said, look, this is one way of us serving the Lord. And this is all we can do, this is all we can afford, so this must become our most important thing. And that belief was very important to them. Are you with me? So this milkmaid came regularly, every day without fail. But there were a lot of things there that came every day without fail. Because people brought, so many other things. But this milk was also one of the things that were there. And then the 7 years came to an end, and the following year, the rains began very heavily. And the waters began to rise. The Ganges, when the waters begins to rise, people get worried. And as the waters kept rising, people came and warned this holy man. He told him, look, this island will be covered, will be flooded this year, and that he should leave. But he says, look, it's been fine for 7 years. There's no problem. I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here. And there's nothing that's going to happen. Very confident of himself. So the waters kept rising. The rain kept falling. But he kept staying there. But as the waters kept further rising, the river became very choppy. The currents were strong. The river became very difficult to cross. Less and less boats came. Less and less things came to the island. But somehow there was this milk, this pot of milk that always made it. And again they came to him and they said, please leave. Again he turned them down. He says, I'll be fine. I was alone in this island before. I will be alone now. There's nothing to worry about. I'm fine. Then the boats basically stopped coming. And he suddenly realized there was nobody coming and there was no more food and things lying around for him every day. But the one thing that was always there every morning was this pot of milk. And he says, well, great. Now he noticed the milk. Before that, he didn't even know it was there because there were so many other things that came. Are you with me? Then one morning, as the rains continued and the waters began to rise further, he woke up and came out of his hut and he saw the pot of milk just there. And that's the main thing now that was sustaining him. He was surviving on the milk. Then he saw this young girl standing next to the milk and she was soaked in the rain, waiting there. He looked up and says, who are you? And she says, I'm the milkmaid that brings this milk and I've been bringing it every day. Are you with me? Yes. So he says, wonderful, Then she says, but I cannot keep coming because the boatman who keeps bringing me here has said this is his last trip. He's not going to come anymore. The waters are getting too strong. And I need to bring this milk. I have promised my father on his deathbed that I will never fail in bringing this milk to you. And the holy man was not even listening to the story halfway. He was more interested in taking the milk and going back inside. So he says, don't worry, everything will be all right. And she persisted. She followed him up into the hut. She followed him inside. She says, please give me some way that I can keep bringing this milk to you. It's very important to me. It's the one thing that my father asked me to do. I must do it. So he got so irritated with her because she was following him all over the place that he turned around and snapped at her. He says, just repeat the Lord's name, everything will be fine. Now, can you please get lost? Just repeat the name of the Lord, everything will be fine. Now get out. Are you with me? Yes. So she left. She was very happy. She said, that's all? She said, yes, that's all. Now can you please go? So she left. Now the waters kept rising. And they kept closing the whole island off, except for the hut right now. And the rain was pouring. But still, that pot of milk was there every day. And he was now totally reliant. Previously, he could at least go around the island and pick some nuts and berries and, other things to survive. But now, nothing but the milk, not even water, because the river water was not drinkable per se. But this was his main sustenance. And then the water actually started coming into the hut. But still, the milk was there. So he said to himself, now he has to climb up to the roof. He said, now the waters are going to rise up to the roof. And he said to himself, well, this time I better leave the island. There's no way, this hut will stand the waters any longer. And he climbed up to the top of the roof. He says, when she comes tomorrow morning, I will go back with her. When she comes, at least that I'll go back in her boat. So the next morning, he's sleeping on the roof. There's nothing else there except the roof. The water has covered the whole island by now. And then he hears the sound. It's very early in the morning, still very dark, and he hears some sound in the corner of the roof. He turns up, he looks, and he sees her standing there, picking up the old pot, which was empty, and putting down another pot of milk. And he looked and he says, wait. Hold on. Don't go back. I'm coming with you. Are you with me? Yes. He says, wait, hang on a second. I'm coming with you. We are both going back. The waters are too high. I need to go back with you. So she said, of course. And she waited. Now, when he first came to the island, he came with nothing. Just the cloth that was around his, waist. Now he had gathered some things. He had already, become a little more wealthier. So he put all his things together. He had a bag, a satchel on one side. He says, can you help me carry? I've got another bag here. We have to go back together. So she came and took one bag, a cloth bag from him. And she says, let's go. Then he turns around and looks in the darkness. He says, where's the boat? I can't see the boatman. And she says, just follow me. And then she just steps out of the roof because it was now all covered except with water. And she steps out onto the water and she begins to walk. And this man is standing there like this. You don't need to, how do you translate that? The translators? There was no noise coming out. He was, and she kept walking, carrying his bag. He says, wait, how are you doing that? And she turned around and she said, doing what, sir? You're walking. There's no boat. She said, there's no boat. I told you that day, that was the last day the boatman was willing to come. So how are you walking? And she said, sir, you taught me. You said, just say the name of Lord, the name of the Lord, and you just walk. He says, that's all? That's all? And she says, yes, sir, you told me. He says, hang on a moment. This is fantastic. I never knew. I'm following you right now. Hang on 1 second. He says, I just have to repeat and I'm walking. She says, yes. And she stood there. She says, hurry up. I have to go back. So he says, I'm coming right now. And he steps onto the edge. And then he lifts his, his dhoti, what he's wearing, like this, and he takes a step. Are you with me? He lifts his dhoti and takes a step. So what happens to him? He goes straight down. So he goes straight down, he comes up, bursting for air. And he goes, what happened? I'm saying his name. Why am I sinking? And she looked at him and she said, yes, you said his name, but you also lifted your dhoti so it won't get wet. That is the power of belief. When you believe, anything can happen. The story when it was told to me was very, very powerful. And today I'm standing here because of belief. Tomorrow, you need to be standing here because of belief. Okay, where's Chief? Okay, we're going to talk a little bit right now of the next few days. What I'm suggesting is that you have your what I'm suggesting is that we have some of our V partners here. Who do we have here? Okay, so we have some of the V partners. We have Arun, Adli, Sati, Ranjit, TG, Donna, Kuna. Hey guys, these are the V partners. Can you do better than that? Okay. Can the V partners come down for a bit? We're gonna get into the crowd a little bit. Can we do that? Can we have the V partners come down and then we will spread out? Arun, Adli, Sati, Kuna, Ranjit. Okay, they're going to go amongst you with a mic.
Okay, guys, shh.
Ranjit,
Shh. Can we have another agreement? Are you okay with one more agreement now? The V partners are going to be walking amongst you. Are you with me? They're going to be coming up there to you. They're going to be coming up there to you. Now, when they're walking around, will you guys be seated and relax? Yes or no? You can take pictures, but don't try to steal their clothes. Are you guys with me? Do we have an agreement? Do we have an agreement on this one? Unbelievable.
Okay, so they're going to walk around you and we're going to put some questions to you. Are you with me? Okay, so let's get moving, guys. Let's get mics out. Do we have mics? And the others, when they come, spread them around. Okay, so Arun, go out there. Adli, you can go up. In service. Thank you, Pathfinders. Thank you. All right. Arun, where are you? Okay. Now the question. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, you know, when you go out there, you have to build teams, and the teams need to believe in you. Are you with me? We are all different, just like fingers in a hand. Right? Are we all different, just like fingers in a hand? So you have your biggest and toughest finger up here, the thumb. This is one strong guy. Yes? Because basically without him, you can't carry anything. Are you with me? All right, so this thumb, he basically makes your hand work, but the other four work in conjunction with him. Yes? And then you have the small guy, the little one right here. Yes? He virtually does no work, you think. Actually, he's very important. He's the one who basically lets you feel the grip. If you are not using him and you try to use your other three fingers, right? You have less strength. He's supposed to represent at most 20% because 1 of 5. But if you take him out and you try to pick something, grip something, break something, your strength goes down by far more than 20. He is maybe your weakest link, but you are as strong as your weakest link. So this guy is also very important. So you have your thumb and you have this guy. But when they work together, the whole hand becomes powerful. Are you with me? So between your strongest leader and your weakest person, you have a team that's being built. And belief keeps them together. Right? Now I'm told this means do it today. Do it now. Is that not right? Can we believe? And we do it today. Are you with me? Can you see the hand? Let's try this. We believe. We believe. We believe. Isn't that great? Okay, now, the question that's going to be asked is, what do you expect from week on? And let's put this out. Arun, can I see you, Arun?
I'm here.
Where? Arun, okay. So do we have a question we can put out to somebody who wants to answer so we can get some participation? What do you want from week on?
Who wants to answer? What do you expect? What do you want from this week on?
I expect the switch to happen. I expect the popcorn go just pop. And I expect the biggest change ever in my life to happen today.
Can I hear the question again? Sorry.
The question is, what do you expect from this week on?
What's the answer? What do they want?
Robin answered. He said he wanted the popcorn to go on in his head. He wants the biggest change in his life to happen at this week on.
He wants the biggest change in his life in this week on. And that is with you, Robin. That is with you. We, at this part here, can at best go out there and point. The journey is on your own. And believe is the single most powerful driving force that can take you there. Are you with me, Robin? Yeah. Do you believe?
Yes!
Okay, now please welcome the other We partners. Ranjit Singh. TG. Quintanar. Donna Marie Imson. Okay. They need to see you. Does she look amazing or what? Adli, we got a question, Adli. What do we want from VCon?
Yes, I have here
Ahmed Jimbo.
Ahmed Jim. Yes. I feel very small standing next to him.
Ahmed
Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Yes.
So what do you expect, Ahmed, from this VCon?
This VCon will lead me and my team in Egypt, Faith, and also my team, El Dabdabat, to come to next VCon all financially free. Max out.
All right. You know what? You know the answer to that question. Do you believe? Do you believe, Ahmed? Do you believe?
Yes!
Then inshallah, next year we see you. Kuna.
Dato.
Yes, where are you?
Yeah. Straight ahead.
Okay, Kuna. We got a question from up there.
Zul Fadzli from Malaysia, Dato.
You guys are on top of the mountain over there, man. We miss you down here, Malaysia. You're still with us. So what's the question?
He's got a question. He's got some expectations from this week on V-Malaysia 2011. So, Zul?
Okay, for Dato', can I say Malay or English? Kau campur-campur.
Boleh. Yang mana pun boleh.
Okay, Dato', ini second time, kali kedua saya datang VCon. Dan saya harap kali ini, VCon kali ini, magic moment akan ada pada diri saya. Dan saya akan stay QNet sampai bila-bila.
Ranjit Singh is going to translate for you guys.
He says that his prayer is that he will be with QuestNet forever and always.
And we hope so too. Kita pun harap bersama. Malaysia boleh. Which means that we too believe, we too pray with him. Are you with me? Yes? Sati?
Yes, Dato'.